Welcome back to the Bearded Touchline, the podcast where football isn't just a game, it's a way of life, arguments, banter, and occasionally heartbreak. I'm your host, Neil Sons, the man with the beard, and the opinions that sometimes age like fine wine and sometimes like milk. Now, today I'm not alone. Joining me once again is a very familiar face and voice for those who have tuned in before. He's not just a guest, he's a part of the furniture here at the Bearded Touchline. A man who lives and breathes football through the lens of one of the biggest clubs in world sport. If you cut him open, I'm pretty sure he bleeds white and gold. He's the walking Real Madrid encyclopedia. He's got the passion of the Bernabeu in his veins, and he will defend the Los Blancos until his last breath. Ladies and gentlemen, and even you Barca fans who are here listening, welcome back, Zed.
I mean, it's great to be back, Neil. Missed the last episode, but I think great to be back again. Thank you for getting me back.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me today. And I know this entire segment, specifically having you on this podcast again means that we are going to talk about a lot of Real Madrid. We are going to revolve around Madrid today. But before we get into the club in Spain, I really want to talk about one particular situation before the transfer deadline ends and the transfer market shuts tomorrow. Is the Isak, Liverpool, and Newcastle situation. Isak has released a statement he never wants to play for Newcastle ever again, and Newcastle have said that they are not looking to sell until a price is matched. If you were a Newcastle fan, would you keep Isak, play him, just not play him, or just keep him on the bench for the entire season, or would you cash in on the 130 million bid by Liverpool?
I mean, from a Newcastle supporter point of view, I think it would be better to, cash in for it,
Mhm.
because he's any which way is not going to play. To be honest, he doesn't care about the fans as well now anymore. He knows he has to make the move, and he is going to do it anyway. And I think looking at the current situation, Newcastle has already bought a striker, and for a big sum. I mean,
Nick
bold
Walter
move.
made
Yep, I think bold
impressive
move.
under 21 season.
Lots of potential. So, I mean, I think this would be the right decision for both, for the
Mhm.
player and the club to just move on from it and then focus on, what they have. So I think Isak to Liverpool, I think, should be happening by tomorrow. I hope so.
I mean, let's see. 48 hours until the transfer market shuts for us. So hopefully that is clear for either Liverpool or Newcastle. But coming on to the main segment, all right, is Real Madrid. My first question to you is when Hansi Flick moved into Barca last season, he won the La Liga. Xavi's first season, your expectations, man. What are you looking to achieve this season?
I mean, we discussed it the last time as well that, at Madrid, you have to win a trophy. If you don't win a
True,
trophy, you know what happens, what's coming
true.
next. And I think that's how it should be at big clubs, because they are always looking for silverware.
Mhm.
And I think that's what is expected from Xavi. I think the club has backed him as well. They've made some good summer signings as we discussed earlier.
Mhm.
So I think nothing less than La Liga or probably Champions League. But yeah, I think La Liga is important. And
Okay.
winning trophies, not just a trophy, winning trophies
Mhm.
is very important at Madrid now,
Wow.
especially how the
So
last season went by. So yeah.
absolutely something to forget, I guess. But when we talk about winning trophies, there's one player who you all will need, and that is Kylian Mbappe. Now,
Right.
my honest question, and I've asked you this multiple times, man, does Mbappe help the team, or is he just an individual player?
Well, if you would ask me last season, I think it was his first season. He was
Mhm.
adapting into the team. Whereas Madrid was so used to not playing with a striker since Benzema had left. They didn't have a striker. Bellingham was playing as a false nine or kind of a striker. So I
Yes.
think we were more dependent on Bellingham and Vinícius for goals. Suddenly, Mbappe has come in and the team has to revolve around him. So I think it was difficult for them to adapt to it, and
Mhm.
but I think this season he's looking very different. I think he's looking more hungry, and I think his positioning has also changed a lot. I think looking at how he started the season, he's done a decent work. I would say, not the
Makes
best,
sense.
but I think we've seen his best in I think the game before just the yesterday one.
Mhm.
I think he was really
Makes
good
sense.
in that. So I think this season we should see the Mbappe who is known for the
The
goals. Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe banging goals, that's the one that
I mean,
we,
yeah,
I think,
definitely. And I think with Zabi coming along, he has his own ideas, and I think it's very
Hmm.
different from Carlo Ancelotti. Though it's still just a start, but I think
True.
the team is kind of looking good. Not, of course, at their best, but yeah, I think with more games to come, I think we
Hmm.
will definitely see the team that Zabi identity won. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, fair enough. But when we talk about another player who joined this season is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Uh, he's been dropped by Tuchel for the upcoming friendlies for England. And do you think there's something that's not working out for him, or is it too soon to speak about that?
Soon to speak about it. He's only played, I think, 2 games for Madrid,
Okay.
especially in the season, the new season.
Mhm.
I think he's played all the matches at the Club World Cup. So I think it's too early. And I mean, with a player of his caliber, I don't think so. England would like to mess him out, for the World Cup. So I mean, I think he's getting into it. But I think for both the matches that he's played this season, he's played really
Mhm.
well. Even yesterday, he was really good. He was part of the goal, which was bound to be, but then it was an offside. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
the kind of player that we are looking for. And I think with
Mhm.
Carvajal being 32, I think it's better to rotate, and we have a lot of games coming up. The kind of matches that we're going to play against the UCL as well. I think we'll need good wing backs, and I think that's what we have this season, which we didn't have last season.
Perfect. So, I mean, you still trust in Trent? You think he's the one to replace Carvajal for the long run?
It's a Galactico signing. Come on.
Galactico. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, getting him. Was he a free transfer or did you all pay for that guy?
I mean, it was kind of free, but then we paid 10 million for the Club World Cup just to get him a bit early.
Ah, I mean, that shows how badly you wanted Trent. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on to another player who may not be that important to Madrid, Rodrigo. Cash in or fight for your place?
Uh, I mean, he's very underrated. I don't know why people say he's not important. He has been important, to be honest, in a lot of big games where Madrid have done well. I mean,
Hmm.
especially the Champions League season where we won it. I think he was very important. Though he's underrated, and especially with Mbappe coming in last season. But I think
Hmm.
he wants to stay on, fight for the season. I don't think so. City are going to go for him. Though,
Hmm.
as a Madrid fan, I would want him to be a starter, but probably it's difficult at Madrid, but probably at any other club, so we wouldn't have any hard feelings for him. But I mean, I think he's here to stay for this season, and he's ready to fight for his position. It's a long season; you never know what will
True.
happen. So, I
Makes
mean,
sense.
having him on the team is, of course, an advantage and the best news for a Madrid fan.
Makes sense. But if 100 million bid comes by either Tottenham or City tomorrow, would you accept it or would you hold on to it?
I mean, we'll hold on to him. I think we'll get the same money next season as well, and we don't have
Okay.
time. I mean, who's there if not him? Who do we put on? I mean, we have Brahim, who's on the right
Mhm.
wing. For the left, I think Zabi has decided that Rodrigo will play in his natural position, which is left wing. So, I mean,
Exactly.
I don't think so. We have enough time to make a signing, and a player like him, I don't think so we'll be able to replace him so easily right now. We need time. So probably
Mhm.
how the season goes by, and then let's see what will happen.
Okay, fair enough. Now, that completely makes sense. Now, moving on to from Rodrigo to another player who is not willing to sign an extension, and he's one of the players that you have hyped me up for years, and he is Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
He isn't signing a contract, man. What is happening? Do you think he's going to
He's
stay at
timing.
Madrid?
I think he's a Madrid star. I think Madrid fans love him.
Uh-huh.
The I think he's a true Madrid star player. He's the kind of player
Mhm.
that we want to see at Bernabeu. He makes people stand up. He does crazy things like what we saw the last game and the previous game before that. I think he's here to stay. But
Mhm.
yes, I think Xavi made a good decision by benching him. I think not in the last game, but the game before
It
that.
was against Oviedo, I guess. Real
Yes,
Oviedo.
Cielo
I,
Beardo. So I think it was a good decision as well. I think we saw that fire when he came on, and I think even
yes.
yesterday, I think he was one of the players who made a difference on the pitch,
Mhm.
scored a goal as well. So I think
Mhm.
Vinny will stay for sure. I don't think so he's going to go anywhere. But yeah, I don't think so any Madrid fans want him to go as well.
I mean, absolutely. He has a lot of potential in him, but it all comes down to how his contract situation pans out. Again, what are your expectations from him? I mean, how many goals are you expecting from Vinny this season? Do you think he's going to be a Ballon d'Or nominee for the next Ballon d'Or?
I mean, especially with the season that went by, I mean,
Mhm.
I feel he did well. Of
Mhm.
course, Madrid, as a team didn't do that great, but I think he still was part of 40 goals and assists. And if
Wow.
you call that a bad season, I don't know what will you tell other players. What you'll talk about other players. So I
Fair
mean,
enough.
even at his
Fair enough.
worst, he's good. But of course, the what we've seen out of him,
Hmm.
what he's done in that Ballon d'Or season when he was, I think he was crazy. He was phenomenal. I mean, that's the kind of Vinny that we want to see back. And I think this season, I think he is well aware about it, that, the kind of competition which is around and, what is
True.
expected out of him.
True.
I think he's the kind of player with the kind of mindset he has, he will rise up. I mean, yeah. So I think, yeah,
Uh,
I mean, see the best of him. And I think I don't want to put a count on the number of goals, but I just hope that, as together, as, the team does well with him
mhm.
and win a lot of trophies.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I mean, when there's competition in the team, a player automatically pushes himself, and that's exactly who
Yeah,
Vinny is. Uh, Again, another player who, as a neutral, all right, that I want Chelsea to maybe probably buy in the future is the Turkish international Arda Güler. And he's another player that you really love him as a player. Every time you get into a
yeah.
debate, when I talk about Enzo, Casiedo, you always tell me, look about Arda Güler. And I accept, he's got a lot of potential, but injury has kept him on the sidelines for a long time. Is he good? He scored yesterday as well. He was
Yeah.
on the score sheet yesterday. What are you expecting of him this season in particular?
Well, I'm really excited about this season because Sabi trusts him a lot. I think he showed it,
Mhm.
that he played all the games as well. So I mean, this guy has a lot of potential. He's only, I don't know, 19, 20. He has a lot of
Exactly.
potential, and though he hasn't showed his full potential till now.
Hmm.
I think he can do a lot more better. But then that has also got to do with the amount of games that he played last season. So he's still transitioning into the first team, and I think with time he'll be exceptional. He is a
True.
fantastic prospect, and I think he'll do really well. And with the kind of opportunities he's getting and the kind of team Madrid has, I
Yes.
think so.
Yes.
He's gonna grab a lot of assists. Especially with Mbappe up ahead. So I think, yeah, definitely. But I think the question would be, how would Zabi fit in when Bellingham is back, which he's not right now. So I mean, that'll be a tough decision for
Call to
Zabi. But
make for Zabi.
how does he fit in, Gula, when you have Chouameni, when you have Bellingham, and then you have Fede Valverde?
Yes.
It's going to be difficult for him. But again, we have a lot of matches coming up. But
Hmm.
the exciting part is that he's going to be part of the first team quite a lot more than what he was before. Last season, I
Fair
think we
enough.
have Luka Modric as well, so maybe that's one of the reasons why Carlo Ancelotti didn't play him. But I think this
Hmm.
season will be very different for him and could be a breakthrough season for him. Yeah,
Absolutely. Hopefully, he does have a good season. I'm a
yeah,
huge fan of Arda Güler. I really hope that one day he runs out his contract and we see him in Chelsea blue. For now, we have the players that we need, but the draws were out this week for the Champions League,
yeah.
and Madrid do have some really good teams. They have City, Liverpool, and Juventus as a tough competition in that particular group. What are your expectations in Europe? Again, Madrid is built different on the European stage. You guys are demonic, man, on any given night during Champions League. Do you think you'll have a team to win it this season, the Champions League?
I mean, we are one of the teams which should be winning it. Definitely one of the favorites. I think when UCL comes, the word UCL comes, and I think Madrid is by default there. Irrespective, if we have the best team or not. But currently, the kind
Mhm.
of players we have, the depth we have, I think we are in a better position than last season, for sure.
Mhm.
And I think a new coach coming in, which is so far looking positive. It's too early to speak anything right now, but I think so far
True.
looking positive. To be honest, I'm really excited about the opponents that we have: Liverpool, Man City, Juventus. I think
Juventus,
there are many. I think
Benfica.
it's, probably if it was Chelsea, they'll be a bit scared. Oh, they are tough opponents. But probably, but then
I don't think you can bring Chelsea into this topic anymore, man.
yeah,
Club World Cup champions. Let's easy. Let's go easy on Chelsea now. I mean, do not
coming back to
underestimate the
Madrid,
Club World Champions.
coming back to Madrid, I would say I'm excited. Personally, I'm excited because I think it's good that we'll be playing all of these clubs probably in the
Hmm.
first. No, not probably. We are playing them in the first half of the season. So even if we make mistakes, we are well aware about it. You know how to reassess, go back, reassess, and get better probably in the second half.
True.
So it's good
True.
that this team, with Zabi, is going to be playing Liverpool, Man City, Juventus, especially in the UCL now. Rather than playing easy teams now and then
And
going
then
up
getting
against tough
tougher.
teams. What happened last season was we lost against a lot of tough opponents. So I mean, this season's better so that even he can reassess it and probably make a team or create a formation which will work out the best. So far, he's been playing, the usual formation which Madrid has been playing in, which is a bit surprising, compared to what Zabi does.
Mhm.
He has three at the back, and then he has his wings, which is
Yes.
not the case, which he did in the Club World Cup. So I don't know when that plan's going to come out, but I think I'm excited, with the kind of club that we're playing. It's good. It's going to be difficult for us because I mean that's when these players will actually rise up, and we'll be actually be able to find out the problems in the team if there are any. Then
If
let's
then.
fix it now by January.
Makes sense. But do you think, okay, now, if you look at the three fixtures that Madrid have, match day one was Madrid versus Osasuna, you all won 1-0. Then we had Real Madrid versus Oviedo that you all won 3-0 comfortably. And yesterday was against Mallorca. It was 2-1, where you all came from behind with goals from Güler and Vinicius. If you look at all three games, do you think maybe before the transfer market shuts, there's work to do, or is the transfer market shut for you guys? There are no more incomings, no more exits.
I don't think so. Madrid will be making any signings unless anyone leaves. But I don't
Mhm.
think so. We are that type of club which make I think
Panic buys.
last minute signing, a deadline
Mhm.
signing. I think it's pretty clear. I think Ceballos was the only one who was linked with Marcel, but I think he's not leaving. So I think the squad is closed. Though we don't even have any. You can only have 24, 25 players in La Liga. So I think
Yes.
someone has to go out for someone else to come in, which is not going to be the case now anymore. So I think it's fixed. I think for now, I think this is how the squad is going to operate for the next, at least for 6, 7 months for now, until the Jan window.
Perfect. So, I mean, that's about it. Before we close this podcast for today, one question that I have. Who do you think will score the most number of goals? Will it be Vinny or will it be Mbappe?
It can't be both, of course, but being Mbappe, as a striker, I think you have
Mhm.
to, of course, bank on him for now. And I think Winnie has to rack up a lot of assists for sure. So I mean, they both have to find a combination together because if they both go for it, we saw what happened last season.
Exactly.
They'll both be fighting for it. So we need. I mean, that's something that we need to figure it out. That's something that they both have to work with. And I think so far, I think in the early games we saw that they are linking up pretty decent. I would
Mhm.
say. So definitely Mbappe, and he was the top scorer in Europe last season. Expecting nothing less than that, but a better version of Mbappe for sure this season.
So your money is on Mbappe to be the leading goal scorer for
Yeah,
Madrid
for
this
sure.
season.
Yes, without a
Perfect.
doubt.
Perfect. So time will tell. And that wraps up another episode of the Bearded Touchline. Huge thanks to Zaid for bringing in his Real Madrid passion and insights back onto the show. It's always a treat to have you here, Zaid. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in, whether you're celebrating Madrid's strong start, waiting for Vinicius to sign that contract, or nervously watching Mbappe's every move. Make sure you subscribe, drop us a rating, and join the conversation. What do you think? Is this the year Mbappe finally tips Madrid over the edge in Europe? Until next time, keep your lines tight, your football flowing, and of course, keep the beard sharp. See you next week.